Hello. Today I'll be going through a bag of Paydirt I got through a giveaway from Midwest Gold Fever. So thank you, Tom, for randomly selecting me to win your Paydirt. I'm going to go through it and see what we find out. And I think he said it was 0.31 gram guaranteed, 0.31, 0.32. All right. Hey, what the? I think you're going to need this. How did you get here? I'm you from the future. Tomorrow, actually. Okay. Why do you have nunchucks? Oh, you need them for time travel, duh. That was weird. Let's get to the Paydirt. Let's test this Paydirt. Let's open this up, see what's going on. No, no gold in there. Just kidding. Let's classify it out, see what we're looking at. And I think it was Tom I saw rinsing his bag out. First person I saw do that. Let me dump that in after. I'll classify it dry. There's some sand in there. That's interesting. Piece of shell, some clumpy pieces. Let me break that down a little. Seems to be maybe a little slightly damp. There's the Plus kitchen strainer. Got a little bit more. And I'll dump that in this pan. And we'll go through that last. There's a lot of, maybe some sand that's stuck in the kitchen strainer. Try to get that out without losing stuff. Genius. All right. Anything in there? Good. Seems to be a sand, mostly sandy material, maybe. Hopefully there's not any gold in the particles that didn't make it into the pan, but we'll check it out. We have our water. Let me put some jet dry in there that I have to open the cap for, so I'll be right back. Okay, let me put some jet dry in there to help break up the surface tension, because small gold particles could float away while you're panning. And we will start with, I'll just start with a teaspoon, a heaping teaspoon. We'll see what we have going on here. And there is the bag. I do see some things in the crevices. Wouldn't want to throw away gold. There's still some stuff in there. All right, I'm not getting rid of that. Maybe I'll cut it open or something and make sure every single speck is out. All right, let's stratify. Getting down to mostly black sand, the heavier material. I think I saw some gold peeking through there. Going real careful. Do not want to lose gold. Of course, I'll go through the tailings again at a later time, likely, maybe on a sluice. I think I see a little tiny piece of gold, about a third of the way in one of the ripples. Keep my eye on that. Made its way to about half. I'm seeing more gold peeking through. Go real slow here. Tom did say he was going to make this a little challenging for me. All right, let's pan it back and see if we can separate that gold from the black sand a little bit. Definitely gold in there. Whoa, got a little aggressive there. Let's get out of that. Let's see. I'll do it one more time after I pan it back enough to snuff. Whoa. Get back up there, gold. Be quiet, Glenn. All right, let me work on this and I'll get back with you. Working it real slow here. Mind you, this is only 1 heaping teaspoon of the whole bag. And maybe when I dumped it, the gold from the bottom of the bag was on the top that I scooped. We'll see. That's still a nice looking gold. And like a dummy, I forgot to go through that with a magnet to try to remove some of the magnetics. I'll do that before I pan out any more. Always forgetting something, just like the mic. I don't need future me coming again. That was weird. Will I come now that I gave myself the mic? Was there a need for future me to time travel? Guess I'll find out. Whoa. Get back up there. Maybe I'll snuff some of that out. All right. I don't get a lot of practice with the snuffer bottle. There's some really fine gold in that corner there. I don't see, let's see, maybe some really, really super fine. Or maybe I did get it all. Anything other than some micro piece. Now let's see. Wrong one. Okay. It's a little damp, but let me try. Definitely some magnetics in there that I already saw in the other pan. Yeah, it's a little wet. I don't know how easily off to the side dropping some of those in there. And it seems to ride up the thing here. One more pass. Of course, I'll pan that out as well. Okay, got a little magnetics there. Let's do another scoop. spoon scoop. Pan that back a little bit. Still a lot of black sand in there, but I was seeing gold creeping up along the ripples. I would not be surprised if I'm losing some of the very, very fine gold that I can't really see at this distance while I'm panning. But again, I will go through the tailings. I'm not getting rid of anything. I've never gotten rid of any tailings that I've brought home or from Paydirt. These really, really fine gold in the corner there on the right. I'll just walk that black sand down as carefully as I can. I think that was gold, kind of light. Yeah, I don't think that's gold. Yeah, get back up there just in case. Maybe. Whoa. Okay, I worked on that for a while. I obviously did not get all the black sand out with the magnet. A lot of fine gold up there and some nice little flakes. All right, I think I'll snuff that up. I think I got it all. All right. Now on to the next one. I went through with the magnet one more time. There's still a lot of black sand in there. You're evil, Tom. Nice little piece in there. You can see several, but there's one larger than the rest that looks really nice. All right, round 3, another nice sampling of gold up there. A lot of fine flakes, fine dust, some nice, maybe even a picker or flake. Don't want to lose any of that fine gold. Okay, now the rest of the minus kitchen strainer. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of really, really fine, like powder gold when I get to the end. So if I'm losing any, it can't be that much. I guess we'll find out when I go through this again someday. Nice gold in every pan so far. I really took my time panning that back. That is some nice gold right there. Let's snuff it up. I don't want to lose any little speck. Gold's a precious metal, if you didn't know. Okay, let's go through that plus kitchen strainer. Some kind of shell in there, maybe a crayfish shell, crawdad, oyster. You like skeletons, Glenn? That's neat. That. Move over to the larger size of the the ripples, the smaller ripples. They grow from real tiny to a little bit bigger. We'll move to the bigger edge. In case Tom put any nuggets in here. I don't want to lose them. I already found some nuggets by Ohio standards, but let's see if Indiana nuggets are a little bigger. Ooh, I see some gold. Some plus kitchen strainer gold. Or at least some that didn't make it through the strainer. Nice. Very nice. Definitely some pickers or Ohio nuggets. Nice. Snuff those up. Gold's in there. Let's do our dump out. Maybe I can get some more of that black sand out of there while I'm at it. All right. Get the bubbles. Jet dry makes bubbles. Better than losing gold, though. That's a nice smile. All right, I'll get that dried out and we'll weigh it up. I have to go get you peanuts, don't I? Or do you like gold instead? I'll get you the peanuts. There you go. Very nice gold. Oops, sliding down there. There's some real fine powder in there and some nice pickers for sure. I'll weigh it up. I almost forgot to go through that black sand I pulled out. My little 3D printed mini pan. I see some really fine flour gold in there. Very fine. I'll add that to the mix. Okay, we're at 100 grams. Let's put our little bowl in there and tear it out. And try to get our gold in here gracefully. All that fine powder gold out of there. Should be good enough. And let's get a total. .36. Very cool. And there's a little silver color piece in there. I don't know if that's gold. And probably just a tiny bit of black sand still in there, but I guess we'll call it at 0.37 grams. Very nice. I really had a lot of good time panning this out. Well, nope, it's going down. It's evaporating. Fake gold. No, I'm sure. It's definitely more than what I was expecting. Well, Glenn and I had a really great time, right, Glenn? High five. Thank you, Tom, from Midwest Gold Fever. Had a really good time. This was very challenging for someone like me who doesn't have a ton of experience panning gold and um, stratifying, getting all that black sand out of there. That was very challenging. So that was just, I really appreciated that. And thank you all for watching. I will pick a winner at this point in the video from last week's video, the 100 subscriber giveaway. So I'll do a random drawing right now.
All right, let's pick a winner. We'll do it live here. I've never used this one before. I didn't even want to test it because I want the first person that it hits to be the real winner. So let's click to spin. Good luck, everybody. Ooh, the modern prospector almost grabbed it, but David Mackey 6217, you are the winner. Congratulations. And I will put my email address in the description of this video. So send me an email and I'll figure out a way to verify you're really you. I don't want everybody bombarding my inbox trying to pretend they're David Mackey. So we'll figure that out. It's the first time I'm doing this, so bear with me. Thanks again.
Congratulations. I'll be sending you out something very soon. And I really appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the likes, all the subscriptions. This is really encouraging me to continue on my journey for this hobby. This is really fun. Just trying to find gold out there in the wild is the next challenge. So thanks again. I appreciate it.